Why did we miss so many great 90s indie movies? Have you ever wondered why so many incredible independent films from the 1990s seem to have slipped under the radar? The independent film scene during this decade was vibrant and full of creativity, yet many of these gems went unnoticed. Let's break down the reasons behind this phenomenon. In the 1990s, independent films flourished as an alternative to the mainstream Hollywood blockbusters. However, the massive popularity of films like Titanic and Jurassic Park overshadowed these indie projects. These big-budget films dominated theaters and media coverage, making it hard for smaller films to gain visibility. With extensive marketing budgets, these blockbusters captured the attention of audiences everywhere. Another factor was the limited distribution channels available for indie films. Many independent movies were shown in small Arthouse theaters or distributed by niche companies. Without the internet streaming platforms we have today, these films relied heavily on word-of-mouth and film festivals for exposure. This meant that many great films only reached local audiences and did not make it to the mainstream. The themes and styles of 90s indie films also played a role in their limited appeal. These movies often featured experimental narratives and gritty realism. They tackled unconventional subjects and showcased characters that were not typical of mainstream cinema. While this made them artistically rich, it also meant they did not appeal to everyone. Audiences who preferred polished production values and traditional storytelling might have overlooked these films. Media coverage during this time was also fragmented. Without social media or widespread internet forums, discovering indie films required effort. Casual moviegoers often missed out on these films simply because they were not actively seeking them out. This created a barrier that kept many potential fans from enjoying these unique stories. Looking back from a 1990s nostalgia perspective, it feels like there was a hidden chapter in the decade's cultural story. These indie films captured the rebellious spirit and diverse voices of the time. They provided a counterpoint to the polished mainstream offerings. Today, revisiting these underrated films gives us a richer understanding of 90s culture beyond the familiar blockbusters. Thanks to the rise of digital platforms and home video collections, many of these overlooked indie films have found new audiences. For fans of 90s music and performing arts culture, exploring these movies can deepen appreciation for the independent creative energy of the decade. The alternative narratives shape the artistic scene and continue to influence filmmakers today. So, while we may have missed many great 90s indie movies back then, there is still time to discover and enjoy them now.